Now we're doing these deletions and they're coming through fast. So basically it did rm-rf. All the variations of rm-rf are basically there. Force, unlink, shred, they're all in there. If it succeeded, it would have wiped out my home directory. You might have noticed a number of GPT-5.6 related posts where people were talking about some destructive actions. Matt Schumer reported that GPT-5.6 Sol used rm-rf on his home directory. Another person lost some data when GPT-5.6 was using rsync, and another person found that a include parameter passed to PowerShell ended up deleting some data that he had produced as well. So what's interesting about this is OpenAI actually documented a lower score on its avoiding accidental data destructive actions metric. We can see here that GPT-5.5 for avoidance only scored a 0.88, but 5.6 Sol was less at 0.83. One of the things that's cool about Agent Improve is that we ship with some policies out of the box. You can see the app here on the right, and there's a policy selector, and we're in the restrictive policy here. What that does is it has 322 patterns in the deny list and 186 in the allow list. Anything not in those comes to you for manual approval via push notifications to your watch or your phone or your iPad. So if we go into the deny list, we can take a look here and just see an example of all these like pretty obvious known destructive patterns. So what we're going to do today is I'm just going to show how this restrictive policy, having this enabled, can allow you to do the work that you want to do with your agents, but also provides a safety net. So let's go switch over to the ChatGPT app or the Codex app. I'm going to go over to the agents and we'll see Codex is working. You can see my user prompt. As it's going through this runbook, it's going to start issuing commands, and you can see them here already coming in. Some of these commands, these read-only commands, are approved. And now one comes in, which is a delete action. Sometimes the model needs to delete, and this is not a delete command. This is an apply patch command that has delete file parameter. In that case, you can just click deny, or maybe deny with feedback. If you want, you can add this to your deny list in this case, or your allow list, so that you don't have to do this again in the future. But right now I'm going to say don't add anything. And that just is what we're trying to demonstrate here. You can see that this was denied, and if I click in on that, we can see it was decided by the user, that denial. Now the rest of these are going to come in and they're going to be denied automatically by policy. So we just did that one. Now we're doing these deletions and they're coming through fast. So basically it did rm-rf. All the variations of rm-rf are basically there. Force, unlink, shred, they're all in there. And then how far it went, pretty much all the way. So you can see the latency here is pretty non-existent. It did all the programming languages. You can delete with Python OS remove, or you can see there's some other options in Node or Ruby that were denied here. And then you can do selectors. You can do parameters like find, and then with the delete flag, or rsync with the delete. Again, you can drill into all these to see what was denied. It was decided by policy, not by the user. Hopefully this gives a sense that, okay, great. Oh, and I got a little award there for denying 100 commands. Awesome. So here we've got an approval just to verify the home directory. And now it's going to run through all these different ways that we just discussed to delete the home directory. And if it works, this video will end abruptly. If it's blocked by policy, then we should be good. Okay, so that's just verifying the home directory, and now it should zip through these. All right, submitting all 6 commands. Boom, boom, boom. You can see them coming through. The rm-rfs, the Python, find, rsync, all those variations. Cool. So hopefully that's a good demonstration. If it succeeded, it would have wiped out my home directory. If you think that some of these commands are a little too restrictive, you can go and delete any of these. You can add new ones. If you have any feedback or questions, you can come to the support section of our site. We've got a discussion section where you can open an issue on GitHub. If you think there's a command that would be great, or some pattern that would be great to add to this restrictive policy, let us know and we can work that in pretty quick. Thanks a lot. Thanks for trying the app, and I hope it helps keep you safe.